Welcome back, everyone. Before we follow Team Impulse and Cloud9 into Game 3, we crack open the LCS mailbag to see what you have been asking on Twitter with the hashtag AskSaint. You ready?
All right, hit me.
Fantastic. Let's start with an oldie but a goodie. Saint, do you have your smite on F or D?
F, so you probably don't want to use that one since I don't hit it very much, but yeah, always F. D for defensive, man, so for flashing away.
Have you ever thought of changing it? Like, maybe I could change
That's what it is all along. No, wait. Even when I have to change my summoner skills from when I play like mid lane, when you do like flash ghosts, I always like press the wrong one on accident. So I'm not gonna do that.
All right, so smite on
F.
F. Smite on F. All right. So then Steven has a question geared towards our series at hand. What do you think is C9's biggest weakness right now, and would fixing that weakness make them a world-class team again?
Well, if you look how like any good team works, is there's always one lane that's like an aggressive lane that's going to be pushing and taking your turrets. So if you like look at the Cloud9 series or even this series, what lane do they have that they're getting an advantage in where they're taking turrets? And it's not in the bot lane because the Ashe is just dying repeatedly, and it's not in the top lane just because it's either evened off or Impact's like taking the lane over. And yeah, mid lane's getting an advantage, but usually mid lane has a ton of wave clear, so you can't take turrets in that lane. So like how does C9 progress the game? So I think that they need to work on finding a lane that they can use to progress the game and to take those turrets. And I think that lane is like, Sneaky's a great ADC if you just play around him, so.
All right, so that's the road to Worlds for them. Fix up those, at least that.
Fix it.
We'll get Sneaky.
Yeah, do that this game.
Every game.
This game, yeah.
All right, we'll see if it can happen. All right, looking at the game of 3 of today's series. Right now, Team Impulse just need one more win to face off against Team Liquid for a shot at Worlds. So Cloud9's back is definitely against the wall. It is do or die at this point for them. And the pressure's on. They came out of yesterday hoping to use some of that momentum, and it's nowhere to be found.
Yeah, the momentum's all gone. TIP is basically crushing them. When you're 1-14 as an AD carry in this series, you're sitting there going, well, my team is not helping me. I'm not able to help myself. And so Sneaky, the guy you were talking about, who's the clutch player for them, the person who gives them a large advantage, they're not giving him anything to get that advantage with. And Cloud9 is just falling by the wayside. They're getting utterly destroyed by TIP, much harder than the 2 games that they lost against Gravity. It's a different squad, and honestly, I think this is going to end up being a 3-0 the way it's panning out. Cloud9 has to do a lot of adjusting coming into here. They basically have to change everything up.
Well, the pressure is on even more than ever now. Let's send it over to our casters. But for first, Sneaky explains how Cloud9 spent their time preparing for the regional qualifiers.
Well, we were scrimming a lot more with like open mind just because of how much more time we had. Normally before, throughout the weeks, we would be reluctant to really try any like crazy picks. Like say all this carry jungler stuff I was doing. We probably wouldn't have tried to do that if we didn't have an insane amount of time to work with.
Well, we did see C9 bring in a couple of different things, right? Again, we saw the Shyvana back. We saw the Kaz come out. We saw the Amumu yesterday. Again, I've heard good things about the Amumu in scrims. It just hasn't worked out on stage. So
this is when you do it again.
That's true. And they've run 2 very different comps both times, right? Very different styles. You mentioned some misplays, though, around the Shyvana, like playing aggressively when the jungler wasn't going to be there to support. So those are things that can definitely be shored up. But yeah, I want to see what style comes next for Cloud9. It's, I think, going to be important for them to find something they can really hone in on. Saint said just play around Sneaky. Give him a damage-focused carry like a Triss, something safe, something that's not going to get picked on as much. Triss fills that role pretty well.
Yeah, you can't win with a 0-8 AD carry.
I challenge you on that one. I've won games 0 and 8 before.
Freak has gone 0 and 8 many times.
Yeah, and I still win more than I lose, so somehow it happened. Braum first banned by Impulse, Nidalee away from Cloud9. Honestly, this guy is keeping a lot of the same stuff here. We're seeing Braum actually, you know, look at that, and Impulse realized it as well. That I have yet to see that, and that's so smart to realize before your opponents do what's the important champion and banning it out preemptively.
I mean, they banned out Tristana previously as well,
they
right?
Did? I don't think so.
Games.
I don't.
They did one of them.
I might. One of us is misremembering because I'm going to say no and you're saying yes. Azir banned away by Cloud9. Kalista still dropped by Impulse. They're dropping 2 bans at Sneaky here. I'm probably the one who's wrong, by the way. So there's the last bans. Wasn't at least in the last game. First Big Shen comes through for Impulse.
All my hopes are on the first game.
Soraka banned out by Cloud9 this time around, though. The Evelyn also left up, by the way. So unless High takes that, I feel like we see Rush get to play that champion here.
Definite possibility. No surprise for the insta-lock there. First lock for Shen. They did decide to switch up, though. So at least there will be no Soraka this time. But again, Adrian is just really, really strong on kill roaming supports as well. And Alistar's still up. With Braum and Soraka banned, I feel like he might go back towards the Alistar, which would be a really big front line for Impulse, both Shen and Alistar. Cloud9 though, everything is in their hands right now. Lemonation could play it, take it away, but he's really been preferring the more off-meta champions.
Gragas comes through for high. He's going to play a big dumb tank in the jungle now, and it's going to be balls set up to make the plays on Rumble. The comp does go through Impulse, switch around and say, well, we got those champs. Let's get some heavy ganking coming in from the support role. Alistar with break setup.
Yeah, not only is it that Alistar, who Adrian is so good at making early roams and making combo plays with, but Rush's Evelynn has been a huge damage source for Impulse. One of his most damaging junglers that he has played, and that backs up this Shen really well. Him and Impact almost by themselves were able to carry Team Impulse at Madison Square Garden with these two champions. So we'll see what Rush gets up to early. A strong early start on Evelynn is really difficult to stop when she's backed up by a Shen, because it just enables Rush's playstyle so well.
I think we see Cena pick their duo lane here. I think they really want to save one for Incarnation. It's going to be Morgana Vayne as the pickup here. So really changing things up yet again. This is a very strong team fighting team. Gragas with Vayne, very, very strong. Morgana and Rumble, I think, very good together as well.
Yeah, I mean, this is Balls Rumbles, right? The legendary favorite champion. He's played a whole bunch of Maokai, but he's going to be able to do some damage. We'll see if him and I can actually coordinate. Don't know how many games they have together on Rumble Progress. There's potential for big oopsies there.
That's true.
Sneaky though, going to be on Vayne and able to handle himself. Analyst Des talked about wanting to get him off of Ashe. Now he does have invisibility and mobility to rely on. Let's see if he's able to keep himself safe against this Alistar Shen though.
That's going to be really difficult. Evelynn continues showing up in the lane. Morgana is a decent savior at least. He can get through some of these taunts. Sivir picked up for the lane matchup. As time moves on, Vayne can easily win that 1v1. The lane matchup itself going to be an interesting one to watch for.
Yeah, but once you get to the group stage, the Sivir's going to boost up all these frontliners that are going to pile on top of them.
The cow ball delivery system, right? Adrian and Gate's going to be pretty crazy as well. So Cloud9, how good are they at re-engaging or disengaging or counter-engaging or something to that effect, because they're going to need something to do in a team fight here. There's so many terms for it. They're almost all the same. And they all mean the same thing. Disengage, not so much, but the rest of them.
I don't know about meaning the same thing, but
Re-engage and counter-engage, I feel like, are pretty much the same thing.
Okay.
That's what I was going for there. I know I misspoke.
Well,
we're gonna move on.
The Morgana you talk about really does shine in the counter-engaging aspect, so.
She's a good re-engaged champion, and Yasuo does come through. I was wondering about that. The Gragas and the Vayne are the two who can set him up. Incarnation. I don't remember seeing him play Yasuo in a very long time.
See him takes matters into his own hands here. Now if they focus on mid lane and they get that Gragas Yasuo going, it's a really strong combo. Deadly at pretty much all stages of the game. Early on, the Byslam Flash ganks, Yasuo has an easy time both setting up and assisting in ganks, even before the level 6 synergy, but especially after it. So definitely a lot of pressure there if he continues to focus on it.
All right, well, Cloud9's back's against the wall. Their season ends today if they do not win this. And Incarnation, I believe, playing his first ever professional Yasuo game right here to hold them into this one. I could be incorrect on the stat. We'll see.
I feel like he maybe played it yesterday.
Did he? Did I just like miss? Oh, you're right, he did. He played it in the... Oh my God, I'm so dumb. Oh my God. I looked and like didn't see it and then just like forgot that it happened. All right, well, moving on from that one, playing his second professional Yasuo game, much less impactful statistic. The game was about to go live, so head over to Twitter and update your vote. And if you think TIP is going to make it 3 in a row, send hashtag sweep. If you believe in Cloud9, send hashtag reverse sweep. And let us know what it's going to be here. Impulse looking at that match Unfortunately, you guys cannot escape me. I am everywhere. I am loud and obnoxious and wrong about many things.
Well,
but it's game 3. Impulse up 2-0. That I'm right about.
are you excited for Incarnation's first Yasuo?
Shut up,
yesterday?
Kobe! Yes! His first Incarnation game. What? Yasuo game of the day. Oh my god, I'm so dumb.
Don't be so hard on yourself, man.
I like looked through it too. I was like, all right, Kobe, you keep talking. Read these notes.
I feel so bad right now. He's actually reading through the notes again.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's check
I
out
read
this.
Impulse's third place match. That's what it was.
Let's check out this level 1. What do we got here? Spell Thieves. So there's potential for elimination to earn some early gold.
Oh
Doesn't get
yeah.
it.
5 + 3 + 5 + 5. So much money earned. Elimination. 18 gold to start this one out. I know, right?
Look at what Russia's doing, though, here. The Evelyn counter invade on both sides here for Impulse. So
Really, really like that.
yeah, anytime you have Evelyn and you have vision of the enemy team, go wild, because there are no pink wards at this stage of the game. Unless there's a new who feel nah.
Nope, not gonna happen.
Pretty much the only champion that I would ever buy a really early one on. Let's see if he gets cornered here, though.
Well, they pinged it.
Solid snake.
Uh-oh. I mean, seriously, this is... Oh dear.
No, there's so many places he could go.
Oh, man, Rush!
Easy.
They got
Easy.
so close, too. Wow.
He does not have the safe cracker skin on.
But he is safe.
Well, let's see if they two-man try. Oh, this could even still backfire. There's 4 people of Cloud9. If they land a binding, Lemon also landed, started binding, remember.
Impact missed the taunt, though. Ball's down to 200 health, but he's going to run
Will Lemon
away
flash?
from the camp. Double hit from high.
Lemon.
Ball's down to 100 health. Balls! Has to flash right with the bind, hits
The red
impact.
buff is going to corner him.
Oh no! First blood still comes through though. High makes it happen. The invasion of 4. Rush has flash. High does not. Just to be safe, Rush flashed the way. But a huge, 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 huge start for C9.
Yeah, I mean, first blood going over to High is very big. Gragas can get off to a very strong early start. Talked about how much impact he could have on the mid lane. Speaking of impact, he's going to try and help Rush jungle, but High is on the counter jungle.
Rush yet again has
High
to run.
has-
Oh, the bind hits! Oh, but he body blocks the body slam. Some damage is actually blocked out here. Rush is 1 hit away. High already has 2 kills. Holy cow. Now hitting up Impact, who does not have a Q, gets binded. Here comes the Alistair. Move over. Elimination takes a tower shot. He's now running away. Wow, what a start to this game.
Well, that's going to shake things up a bit. Who got the money on Impulse's side? It was Alistar. So Adrian got the money for the answer on Team Impulse side. That is less than ideal. High definitely should get off to a very strong early start. He's still level 1 though, despite getting both of those kills. Not enough experience to be shared with Lemon Nation. And he should be just fine. All right. Well, top lane did shake out into an Alistar plus Shen combo, neither of which have flash though, so that actually makes it a lot less scary for Sneaky. He doesn't have to worry too much, even with the Evelyn jungle, because Evelyn was set so far behind. If Evelyn came this early, it would be either a level 1 or a really low health Evelyn, so
Yeah.
Sneaky actually just fine up there in the top side versus the, especially if they keep missing taunts. That was just the small width that taunt was changed, by the way.
Yeah.
Long time ago, but still, pre-nerf, that taunt would have hit.
He missed the pulverize on his headbutt. We're on 5:14, so it's still a fast headbutt. He's been playing too much with the solo queue, his timing's off. Rush to clearing his jungle away. 11 CS on the Eve, doing just fine. High taking a much slower route. He's only level 2 actually, so High is managed to miss a lot of income.
Because he's decided to go place a ward, whereas Rush is just trying to farm back into the game. So
There's no camps left. Like,
yeah, he
Rush took those.
It was definitely a huge waste of time. Definitely not arguing that, but returning to the side of the jungle where the confrontation was. Now he's looking for a flashless level 2 gank. 5 minutes,
by the
into the
way.
game.
It's fine. Here's the attempt. Incarnation goes for the knockup. He's gonna land it. Body slam hits as well. Gate losing a lot of HP. Ignite is on. He wants it. He's gonna get it. Gate's gonna go down. Flash or not. Incarnation is the beneficiary.
So, we did prep the power of the even pre-6 Yasuo Gragas combo. I did not expect the level 2 flashless Gragas Yasuo combo to get not only the kill, but all the summoners out of Gate. It was definitely a huge misplay by Gate, and he definitely should have burned his summoners much earlier, but he was being fairly greedy, wanted to hold on to them, thought he could survive without burning them, and only ends up losing everything in it.
Yeah, he flashed with Ignite still on him. That's not even hard math to do, but unfortunate for Gate. Gives up.
Is that considered math if you're just like, I'm on fire, don't waste it?
You want to stop, drop, and roll. Ooh, Rush takes the whole thing away.
Higher level.
The entire camp.
His higher level, boom, easy. Did High even have smite? I think High might have early smited.
It looks like it.
Trying to combo there.
Elimination with Black Shield on, still trying to take on the matchup. And now we do have, of course, swapped lanes in this one. It's Sivir 1v1ing Rumble, and Rumble not too far behind in CS. The Shen's actually pretty heavily denied, down to 20. Incarnation goes for the play.
My.
Gate gonna get jumped on. One more hit. Incarnation trying to run. Gets it. And he will die to the turret, but that is still very worth it for Incarnation.
Yep, Incarnation got experience for it as well. Balls is dead.
Nice tower dive. Adrian swapped back to the bot lane, and Rush showed up for the dive.
Continuing to target bottom lane, even when Sneaky's not there.
Jeez. For how terrible a start Rush had, he's already 0-1 and 2. Honestly, pretty solid. Out leveling High as well. Looking for more to do. Oh man, they can just repeat this, can't they?
Well, they don't have a level 6 Alistar. He's still level 5. So it's a oh, they have a teleport though.
And the Black Shield's gonna get burned, so jump in towards High, they will. Rush gun away though, Vols TP forced. Impact TP'd as well. A nice body slam though, bit of damage out, but the pulverize re-lands.
That was very, very bad for Team Bullets, and it's getting worse.
Fine on Adrian, so a taunt by Impact flashes right back at him, taking exhaust, so Summoners traded on all sides, but the re-engage comes through. Balls gets that kill, they trade back on High, then Rush is next on the menu. Balls does have the Flame Spitter, finds him in the brush, then it's now Incarnation's turn to show up as Impact getting jumped on, dashes towards the wall, tries to get away. Incarnation holding the aggro. Then it's time for Balls to do some damage, but careful, because they're losing health. Incarnation gonna get the kill, but it is Morgana's death. A 3 for 1 at the very end of it all. But
Cloud9 are making a very good case for a comeback here in the series. Go down 0-2 again, but they have a very strong early start. Not only did Impulse botch that dive terribly, but Sneaky was free farming in the top side the entire time, and he could take that turret whenever he pleases.
And Gate never showed either. Gate was never...
Gate got soloed by Incarnation. They both died.
Right.
So both mid laners were dead walking back from the fountain.
And then Incarnation chooses to walk, Gate chooses to go mid.
The 4 versus 3 here goes bad for Impulse because Rush had to take a tower hit on the opposite side, and Incarnation actually makes his way, you're right, Incarnation decides to join, whereas Gate decides to farm in the mid lane, and that's where the extra kills come from on Cloud9.
Yeah, well played dive at the end of it all. So Cloud9 up 3 kills, up 1,600 gold. Now the beginning of some deep wards. Elimination starting to track the outcome as best he can. Rush will be known to be left side, based on the fact that they will see Gate with the blue buff here.
This is a huge, that was such a huge bottom lane play there. To get Balls a 2-level advantage in the Rumble Shen matchup, plus the early haunting guys. This is so good. And after the way that for the first 10 minutes have gone, not surprised the way the vote is going.
Yeah, what a great start by C9, finally getting an early game that they can be proud of. Incarnation also 4-1 nearly with Static Shiv. He's going to have a lot to say about this game in his second ever professional Yasuo game.
Let's see if I can pull off this dive. The minion's going to die, though. Is he going to wait around a whole nother wave?
Or a ton of AP.
Is he going to get impatient here? They know Impact doesn't have flash, but he's still Shen, and he does have early magic resist. This is a magic resist jungler on top of
yeah, Spectre's Cowl big deal here, but before that can even happen, here comes the fish to the back line, and there's even the submarine with Evelyn coming around the back. It's a 4v2. Elimination's gonna be first. Now Rush goes in for Sneaky. The taunt lands, and goodbye to Vayne, a 2 for 0.
Yeah, I actually thought that Impact was backing off this top lane turret because he sensed the gank coming, but it was so he could do the teleport, and he's stand united again. All this focus here from Impulse, able to pull off the dive.
And now Gate has to hide. High's waiting in the wings for those burn, which means he thinks he's safe. Here comes High. Body slam. Good flash by Gate. That's what we're talking about here. Preemptive flash gets him away.
Pretty good response there from Impulse to get right back in this game. They pretty much cut Cloud9's lead in half by taking that bottom lane and the turret after as well.
Yep, so Impact now forced to play the defensive farm game in the backside here.
As we look further into this game, though, definitely going to keep my eye on Sneaky's Vayne because he's gotten so much free farm. Well, actually, it's just tied up with with Apollo. It's not even that big of a difference.
He's been behind for actually a lot of this game.
Yeah. All right. Well,
either had a hard lane.
We'll see when he gets his Blade of the Ruin King because it's fairly easy for Vayne to outplay Shen.
Yeah, true.
In a 1 versus 1, so they definitely have a good answer this time to the split push. Plus, they can work around mid lane here. Incarnation is fed.
Shiv done. Going towards the Triforce build we see very frequently now on Yasuo. Rush waiting in a warded brush, but that ward can't see him, so false sense of security for Cloud9 here. Penalty is down though, so no easy submarine. How aggressive will Sneaky get? Elimination walks into the brush, sees no Evelyn.
So it's very easy to tell that this is a target lane. Cloud9, there's got to be a reason that their bottom lane is playing so far up without a turret. And it's because they have High already in the lane. Once again, High's looking for a counter gank on
He spots Rush. Elimination gets the binding. In they go. Rush, goodbye. And the TP in for balls, maybe for a bit more. Nothing found yet.
So this is very, very solo QS. When you're looking for counter ganks like that, you always go to your lane that looks the juiciest. Put yourself in the enemy jungler's shoes, and the easiest lane to gank, the one without the turret, the one that has a dual lane pushing really far up. Place yourself for the counter gank. Incarnation!
Ooh, headbutt makes a shockwave miss though, but still Ignite is on him. Double knock up, trying to run. There's a Shen, but look at this. Dash the wall.
I'm a Raptor!
I'm hiding, I'm one of them. I'm a jungle minion. Adrian with the second kill of the game on a flash pulverize. And now Sneaky looking to clean this one up. Balls are the force to run. These guys are now surrounded on their side of the jungle, but the flash forward by Rush picks up one. Now he's got to run away from the equalizer. Gets the Shen ulti. He's not going down anytime soon.
Turret.
Oh, knocked back, and no, the taunt saves his life. Impact twice in the same battle. Saves Rush. 11-9, TIP now winning.
Don't even what prompted that dive down bottom to be in between two turrets for Cloud9. Impulse bring this right back to even with some ridiculous jungle skirmishing. What? Yeah, let's get another look at this stuff. All right, so they were trying to get deep wards. They got the deep pink ward. Spell shielded the Gragas ultimate, and Balls went through the turret here.
Without the team, though, he's just like face-taking Sivir.
Trying to solo Sivir, gets crit a couple times. Rush does block the body slam.
Great flash. I think he even didn't take damage from Equalizer. I think it took literally 0.
Yeah, I think that was a communication breakdown for Cloud9 because Incarnation got caught at the same time they were trying to pull the bottom tower dive. Half of the team went up to try and help Incarnation, and half of the team continued the tower dive. So
yeah,
Cloud9 famed, for the communication and the team all being on the same page. That was definitely a breakdown for them as they got split in Impulse jungle.
Yeah, so choose your own adventure battle in C9. Made different choices in that one. So they're all on different pages. Yeah. I heard like 3 laughs. It's good enough for me, but here we go. Adrian around the wall. Jumped on here. does not have ulti, I believe, but Rush gets found with a knockup, but there's the first kill. Shotgun comes across.
Oh, the
High
equalizer!
is very low. The equalizer does a whole crap ton of damage, and Sneaky gets some kills. A double for Incarnation. He's going to get his third on this one. Finally, a good fight for Cloud9. A 4 for 1.
They may have chose different paths on the red side jungle, but they all end in the river here, and Cloud9, 5 members just destroy Impulse. They'll take the turret and the dragon after that very easily. They could decide to try and push on T2, but it looks like dragon number 1 is on the table instead. Easy pickup here. That was a great setup here with the ward bait. Instant ultimate from Incarnation off the Gragas, and he barely gets the kill. Remember Apollo used both summoners to get away from balls down on the other side of the map? So this time, he takes the full duration equalizer.
That was so good. Like, that is just such a good equalizer.
Freak's gonna be dreaming about it.
Maybe. Well, you know, it equalized the kill score in that game, so it lived up to its name. Rush keeping the farm going with the Wolves. Level 9 on him. Just still 1 ahead of High. Is going for the AP build, by the way.
Yeah.
2 large rod and a Ruby Crystal to go with his book, his light reading. It's on his own page here on Evelyn.
All right, this game is going to turn into some roaming brawls, I believe, as the teams try and fight over vision. Should be, because, well, actually, Balls is going to try and answer the split push. Neither top laner has teleport, so it's interesting that it's going to turn into sort of the classic top lane islands. Well, it's just, the thing is that Impact has a ticket off the island.
Oh, so you're right.
He's got. He knows
how to make a boat.
Yeah, even though the both teleports are down, Impact can just up and leave and join the rest of the team. So
yeah,
Cloud9 have to be careful with their 4 versus 4 roaming because it can early turn. They can turn very quickly, but boss teleport coming back off cooldown fairly soon, so shouldn't be a problem for long.
Nice steep wards of elimination. They are also playing around the bot lane. With TP being up, they're okay playing around the Shen ulti and letting Impact show up.
Getting some good damage on the turret, trying to bait out that spell shield.
Adrian goes very far forward, so misses the pulverize as well. That's a risk. Apollo trying to do what he can to the backside. They will kill off Balls. The equalizer only does so much, and Adrian trying to stay alive. And he will survive it.
So low.
But this could be a re-engage before too long. It's already 1 for 0. Impulse let him walk away.
Whew. Well, another failed tower dive there for Cloud9.
Yeah. I'm very surprised at that,
I think they're having a hard time keeping track of the Shen ultimate because of the amount of cooldown reduction. Impact is piling up. Didn't really account for that and barely missed out on the kill on Adrian.
The funny thing is with all these dives, I feel like a straight-up team fight is still in C9's favor. Like, Vayne's not really going to get jumped on very easily, and there's so much easy setup for Yasuo in a team fight. Like, C9 going for all these dives, they almost don't have to.
Yeah. Well, it's also not always the best to go for the tower dive with Alistar as your target. I mean, Vayne does have true damage, but that's not most of her damage.
Yeah, you still cut about 70% of her damage output out with the Alistar ulti. All right, we'll see what else can happen, though. 13-13 in kills, a 1,000 gold game. Cloud9's backs against the wall, and they're finally showing us a good match for themselves. They've had the reverse sweeps before. Maybe this is another one.
Yeah.
As Impulse look to close out this series.
Incarnation has been able to complete his Trinity for, so he's at the 2-item Yasuo that we've seen so many big plays.
Yeah, and he becomes like, C9 have a million split pushes, by the way. Unfortunately, none of them that aren't named Balls can match Impact's teleports across the map. But both Yasuo and Vayne would have an easy time facing a low armor Shen.
Yeah, and for the next minute and a half, Balls can't either, so.
All right, that's a concern for C9. Baron comes up in 23 seconds with a teleport advantage.
Cloud9 have been spotted, by the way, so trying to set this up. Impulse are already prepping the bait. Look at how Rush is trying to get around behind. They want to be able to flank him here. They know that there's no teleport from Rumble. They're pinging him out in the mid lane. Impulse trying to set up this catch.
Balls is heading down as Yasuo pushes mid. Gate's going to match that.
Rush not able to get around behind. He was looking for an opening in the lane, but he's not able to. This is going to be a full 5-man of Cloud9, so.
Top lane goes down, bot lane tier 2 under fire at the same time. This turret will be killed, and Impulse will not stop it. So well orchestrated. C9 get just enough members in time to keep it all alive.
Not able to get the positioning there early enough before they saw balls move down from the mid lane. So
but now Net is up, and Shen is still getting work done in the top lane. His Bombi Cinder helping pushing a little bit faster.
Yeah, it was a T2 for a T1 though.
Yeah, you're right.
So definitely good for Cloud9.
Ball shows up in time to keep the turret alive, so no actual damage done to that top lane tier 2.
Rush still scouting ahead here.
Looking for greedy recalls. He's got a Shen ulti. If Rush finds anyone, that champion's pretty much dead.
The thing is, they don't have deep wards for Team Impulse, so this is a really risky play from Rush. Yes, it is Rush. He's not afraid to go for risky plays like that.
Apollo's alone, but he's not really alone. Adrian also not really alone. Gonna get jumped on here. Pops the ulti, has a Shen, and already Sneaky at half HP. Explosive cast to separate for a little bit. Elimination now showing, but he's gonna get taunted up. He's gonna be an easy pickings here. And Lemon will go down.
Yeah, trying to pull off Rush sneak attacks against the team with Sivir and Shen is so risky.
The thing is, Eve wasn't even required for that fight to go well. It was just the Shen showing up was enough to win that battle. Now Rush jumped on, body slam into everything, but how much damage do they really have? Rush taking a fair bit, flashes away, the Chase Incarnation does get the kill, but Gates around the wings, he's got to be careful. Knockup comes through, but the damage still follows. But however, Vayne got the solo kill. Sneaky barely killed off Apollo.
Even though it was a 1-for-1, 1-for-2 actually right there. They
Apollo.
also stalled the tower push there from Impulse, so no hesitation from Cloud9. They pulled off the Gragas Yasuo combo again. Ball's going to try and clear this wave. It's actually really dangerous for him, though. Adrian ultimate is down from the last skirmish, so no dive.
I got to point out that Sneaky won that 1v1 with 2,000 gold in inventory. He's down a full item. That was the inventory when that fight actually came through.
Vayne versus Sivir. Did he get the condemn for free? No.
Oh, he
auto
condemned
attacked
Adrian. And then
just auto attacked. All right.
Yeah.
And he got the late flash out too.
Yep. Oh, well done by Sneaky.
Didn't even look like he dodged most of the boomerang damage either.
He took the first half of Q.
Yeah.
Fight was only long enough for one of them. All right, Lemon and High trying to get vision control back. They know Baron's on the table, and Balls does now have teleport.
Want the kill here first. Can they snag Impact? He's got flash.
Yeah, but he's gonna take a hold on a lot of damage. Flashes away.
Still cornered though, so it's only a matter of time here.
And there's the setup. Ult into ult. Incarnation says, thank you very much. High, I'll take it from here. 8th kill of the game for Incarnation. He is the guy to watch for in this match.
All right, all that commitment top though. Will Impulse trying to rush down Dragon? They've got no Dragon yet, so the 6% definitely a worthy objective. And even though they lost Impact, if they get back in time to defend their tier 2 up top, it's not that bad of a trade. They do, lose that on vision control.
No vision at all this side of the map.
Incarnation gets caught though.
He's just buying time for the team. I don't think he even cares if he goes down. TIP aren't even trying. This is theirs. This is completely theirs. No chance at all of seeing it happen. Well played, Cloud9. A great Baron call. And that's theirs.
They make the pick on Impact. They have the pink wards down, and Cloud9 looking to press this series on. They don't want to go home in 3.
Okay, we have ourselves a series. This game's been very close, but Cloud9 starting to eke an advantage finally. As we crest through the mid-game, 24 minutes, 31 kills to be had so far.
It's been such an up and down game.
Oh, the team filled with knockups, you'd expect that.
Fair enough, that one was decent.
Thanks.
All right, with the Baron buff, do they decide to just group as 5 here? It's hard for them to hit a turret. I feel like they have to make use of their split push. They have to have Sneaky go buff up another lane. But they don't! They just have Incarnation go solo the AD carry here, gets out the Shen ultimate, then gets taunted!
Gets taunted, but there's the jump into the side. Windball buys a lot of time, and Gate gets jumped on by Sneaky the same. Now Elimination trying to run away, very low on health. Zeke's Harbinger is on, and that's a couple of kills picked up with the 2-for-1. Impact the next one. That's a huge fight. A Quadra for Sneaky comes through. Holy cow, Cloud9.
Take him off of Ashe. Give him some room to play.
And look what happens. Cloud9 could try to end the game right here. 15 seconds on the respawn, and just like yesterday, the first 2 games look a bit ugly, but they want to close this game out now. This is close. I think they get 1 turret and that's it. I don't think they can stay for much more. They've got minions when the respawns are coming. They got to leave now.
Keep track of the home guards here. There are 0 home guards on Team Impulse. Ooh. So Baron and Powered Recall should be just fine to get them out. Huge swing, though. Having the base open like that. Front door is now wide open. Incarnation just makes his way down the minion wave. What a solo player. He's got to expect the Shen is coming. Goes back in to try and finish Apollo before teleport comes in. And that shockwave almost turned it. That into the Adrian knockup, but it left Sneaky by himself.
Apollo chased Sneaky, which was really strange. He had no business fighting any longer.
No, that was not a good play.
Both Gate and Apollo should have lived that fight by just leaving and saying we lost. It's what we criticized the two of them for, actually, when they were on carry roles before their map awareness, understanding the battles.
There was a turret right next to them.
Yeah.
To walk back to. Sneaky happily will take a quadra, though.
That feels good. Last one for completed for that one. Just buys whatever he can afford to complete an item, and he's going to feel happy here.
Yeah, you definitely need just item in inventory right now.
All right, well, no Baron on the field for a while. Dragon's actually got a long way to go as well. Fairly recently taken by Impulse.
All right, Cloud9 is just going to try and brute force the push, actually, with the Baron buff.
And they got a little bit left, right?
It's so dangerous. Sneaky can't afford to get taunted here. They probably need to black shield him to go up to the turret.
Baron times out. 30 minutes and 44 seconds as the Baron respawn. It's close to Dragons, actually.
Watch for the Pulverize combo. There's no flash on Adrian, so Cloud9 should be very happy about that.
Ball's right now playing very slowly, running through his jungle, but he's got teleport.
Cloud9, when they push up like this, they have to be very well aware of Evelynn flanks, and they have to drop pink wards behind them, because if you get a submarine Evelynn coming around to flank your backside, and he gets off the taunt on Sneaky or Incarnation, you can really cut the legs out from under a team fight. But Rush gets engaged on by Lemon.
They just found Rush. He's 1 hit away from dead, but is going to survive. TP's coming across. No tornadoes just yet, but Adrian losing a lot of health. Pops the ulti. No way in yet for Incarnation, but now Sneaky is godlike. 8-2 and 3. Incarnation once in, just kills away some minions. He's unafraid now. Oh, man. This could be the game-winning push right now. Adrian's already dead. 5v4. C9 looking to come back in this series. They finally engage. A big shock with turned around, though. Incarnation forced to run, but it's already 2 kills picked up. Rush is next on the table. Sneaky says thank you for that one. Picks it up. He wants impact. Won't quite get it, but a legendary Sneaky is going to be enough. This is going to be the game. This is going to be the C9 comeback, and they finally get on the board. The dream of their reverse sweep is here. And Cloud9 close it out in 28 minutes. Oh my word.
They drop the Ash pick after 2 games. And they start to come back.
And Sneaky was having, terrible games the first 2. Incarnation was the only source of damage to the team. Now Sneaky had the most on the game. 50% more than the Incarnation Yasuo. More than everyone else in the enemy team by far. And the Evelynn Shen got through, too. That's what's so scary is and let him get those champions.
It got through, but Impact and Rush had a really bad opening.
God, yeah.
The invade after he had seen everyone walking around in the red jungle and he barely moved by. Invading on 4 people, very, very risky, and Impulse not able to bring that one back. But Cloud9, I feel like it takes them 2 games to adjust.
They're like the worst version of TSM.
Now they've adjusted?
Maybe. Well, I guess TSM needed more than 3 to adjust, as they lost to CLG. But yeah, C9 have finally found something to do. The Soraka ban came through. It took them 2 to realize it. Okay, Soraka's gone. Cheated the comps a little bit. It seemed to matter somewhat. The early game was, of course, amazing by C9. All the catches they got, the kills, the 2 on high at the very beginning. Also the level 2 gank. Yeah. So much went well. We'll see if they keep that up.
This was by no means a clean game either.
No.
This was a bloody, bloody game.
31 kills in 20 minutes means it was a bloody game that was close.
Very back and forth.
It's going to be interesting to watch the rest of the series, but right now we're going to see what our analysts have to say on that Cloud9 victory.
Thank you very much, Freak. And Cloud 9-4 now. Apparently, this is how they end everything. 2 losses, and then they keep it going. I was going to say it yesterday, is that you see Team Solo Mid say, we'll lose 1, and then we'll win. I guess Cloud 9 says, we'll lose 2, and then we'll win, which works because that's all you can lose.
Oh, man. If that's really how they're operating, that's something to say about their picks and bans.
It's not going to be very easy if they keep going this way.
Yeah, they're like, let's just try some things, and then they actually get their act together. And that last game, though, wasn't really their act completely together. That was a super chaotic game from the get-go.
I mean, they got kind of lucky with how the level 1 went, where they came out, 2 kills ahead, and I think that really put the Evelyn behind. Like, Evelyn is a champion that you need a little bit of love from the start, and you need a good pull, and you need to be able to get off the early ganks and just snowball from there. And they didn't really have that happen. And I also think that C9 adapted really well in the band's picks, because they knew that they were going to pick Shen, right? And they knew they were going to pick Sivir, because that's just they're like, hey, we've been winning with it. Might as well pick it. And they just went with the Vayne pick, which is a counter to both those champions. And I think that was a really good adaptation by them.
Yeah, not only did they lock in the Vayne, they gave it some attention. High sitting in the bottom lane half the time, able to just sit in the brush. And then as soon as he sees Evelyn going for that flank, he's able to just jump out on him. So I love that they're focusing more around the bottom lane. Because honestly, even if you trade 1-for-1 in kills, it's a kill on Vayne versus a kill on like a Sivir. You're going to have much better use of that gold than coming into the late game. And we saw it there later, too, on the Sneaky.
Yeah, Sneaky. Actually, let's bring up that replay right now, talking about Sneaky. This fight happening, I believe it was 26 minutes in, where he absolutely went off. And this actually looked like Impulse's fight from the get-go here.
Yeah, Incarnation goes really hard in this fight, but it looks like it's going to get turned around on them when he ends up getting it kind of turned around on him with the Orion ultimate, and Balls doesn't get his ultimate off here, but Sneaky saves this. The Zeke's comes online as he has the final hour up, and as we roll this out, you'll see the final hour increases your AD on Vayne. Yeah. So now he's critting with that extra damage, and then he's able to clean up the fights. Everybody's focusing the 2 damage dealers on the right. It's a triple threat comp. Boom. 3 people in this, you want to go after them, but you leave Sneaky alone with Gate, and then everybody's running off to the side. Nobody is on Sneaky right now that's going to provide meaningful damage, and then he just takes out your back line. Everybody was trying to focus on this big cluster of other threats from C9 that was over on the right side.
Yeah, it just like Vayne just completely melts Shen. Yeah. Completely melts even Alistar through the ultimate. You do true damage.
I love the pick because they saw those 2 already locked in. He's like, all right, I will go for this. Yeah, I know what else you're gonna pick.
And also on top of that, you can condemn and you can use the Yasuo ultimate off.
Yeah, you have some self-peel. You can tumble around. I love this pick for him. Definitely like it a lot more than the Ashe, because that was just so exploitable.
Yeah, we don't want to say any more Ashe.
No, no Ashe, no Karma. And I like both those adaptations here from C9.
Well, so you can see C9 taking a few more moments now as we are about to enter into Game 4. They know the pressure keeps mounting with every one of these games. And if they do go to win this, it has to be to all 5. And they'll have games tomorrow, too, back to back to back.
Oh, man. But they are a team that's not unfamiliar to this situation. They just had this yesterday,
Very
right?
true.
This is a team that works well under pressure. The only person on this team that hasn't been under that much pressure that many times is Incarnation. He's the only one, but still, he's having really good games. All of their games, despite them being losses for him, 2 of them, his Incarnation Yasuo was really good. About 9 kills or something like that.
First play,
his Ahri had the most kills in the game, most damage in the game, too. No, first play.
Love you, Freak.
Shout out to Freak on that one. But yeah, Incarnation's been having a really good series, despite all the things that have happened around the map. They just needed to spill over his lead into the bottom lane and play from there.
Yeah, I think Incarnation, he's performing really consistently and is winning his lane pretty much every single time by CS and even just by kills. And I think if they can just, like you said, spill it over into the bot lane and then just get that advantage down there, I think they'll be good to go. Like, the top lane is just looks dead even pretty much. And I mean, each person's making their TP play. It's like, hey, we're showing up to kill the bot lane. Hey, I'm showing up to kill the bot lane. And I don't really think that matchup's going to matter that much. So it's really just get the mid lane ahead and then have the mid lane come down and get the bot lane ahead.
Seems like things definitely changed around for Cloud9 there as they changed up the compositions and everything started to work out. We'll see if it sticks that way. Cloud9 have kept the series alive, and we'll see if they can tie up the series against Team Impulse in Game 4. The North American Regional Qualifiers continue after this.
Already has 2 kills, holy cow! Now hitting up Impact, who does not have a Q, gets binded. Here comes the Alistar. Incarnation goes for play. Gate gonna get jumped on. One more hit. Incarnation trying to run.
I'm all here.
Coming.
I'm here too.
5-second Q. 3-second Q. Bang.
I got it.
Bang. Nice.
We're back.
Kill Eve, no flash. Ori.
I'm on Sivir.
Kill Ori.
I'm on Sivir.
You guys are good. Alistair.
Blinded.
Nice. Push mid.
That's a couple of kills picked up with the 2-for-1. Impact's the next one. That's a huge fight. A Quadra for Sneaky comes through. The dream of their reverse sweep is here. And Cloud9 close it out in 28 minutes.